weekly warm-up. This is another fun one. It's sort of, I've been getting into these little themes with the videos that I've been making and the live weekly warm-ups and everything, which has been kind of fun. The last couple weeks were sort of Altissimo week. And then if you have been tuned into the YouTube channel, then you know that this last Saturday, I did a video about resonance fingerings for the throat tones. It was a really fun video. It gave a little bit of a systematic way to actually go through and figure out the best resonance fingerings for your throat tones, because they're all very different. Every clarinet is a little different for the best resonance fingerings, but you can watch that video on the Quick Start Clarinet YouTube channel if you want to check that out. But today I want to get into some more throat tone issues. My video that's coming out this next Saturday, also I sort of alluded to it in the video this last Saturday, is going to be sort of about voicing the throat tones and how to make the throat tones sound better besides just the resonance fingerings things that we can do. But today I want to talk about actually fingering the throat tone notes, because this is actually an issue that comes up quite a bit. And it's, again, just another one of those difficulties of the throat tones and the special unique challenges of the clarinet. The clarinet is one of the few instruments that actually has a lot of these sort of notes. If you switch to saxophone or came from saxophone or play saxophone additionally, you'll notice that there aren't a lot of keys up here. There's no like G to B flat range. There's no throat tone register on the saxophone, probably because the guy making the saxophone knew that they sounded like garbage on the clarinet, so tried to avoid them on the saxophone, could be. And lots of other instruments too don't have this little extra bit here. So it's a unique clarinet challenge to actually have to finger these keys and figure out how to finger them the most efficiently. One thing that's really common and a really typical issue going from like A to B is getting this connection from the A key onto this hole and being able to do that really smoothly. A lot of times people will sort of pick up this finger and be moving back and forth and having too much motion there, and also getting some stuff in between. You can't do that smoothly without really rolling this finger down and keeping the tip of the finger as close as possible to that throat tone A. Same thing with the G sharp. A lot of times we'll get a lot of extra sort of wrist motion in there, sort of clapping to press that. And then that just creates another inefficiency and an extra movement that has to take place that just slows everything down and keeps you from playing quickly and relaxed. So today's warm-up exercise comes from the Next Generation Clarinet method and is designed to sort of tackle these issues and figure out how to play through these throat tone notes really smoothly and efficiently. This is actually one of my all-time favorite fingering exercises because it gets you through all of the tricky throat tones, and it also gets you through all of the pinky keys. This comes from the chromatic finger flexibility exercise in the Next Generation Clarinet method, if you have it. And it's sort of like the middle two measures of the climbing up and down in chunks section of the Next Generation Clarinet method. If you're on version 2.1 now, it is on, I believe, page 18. Let me double check. Page 17. Up and down in chunks, number 2 for the finger flexibility chromatic through the clarion. And of course, if you don't have the Next Generation Clarinet method, you should definitely go to quickstartclarinet.com/nextgenbook to get a copy of that, because it has all kinds of fun exercises like this in it. But I'll go ahead and go over what it is. Basically, we're doing just a little chunk of the chromatic scale up and down. We're going to start on open G, and we're basically going to do 2 beats of 16th notes up and back down. So it'll be 8 notes up and then 8 notes down. So it's G up to E flat and then back down to G. And we can sort of loop through that just like any good finger flexibility exercise, where we do lots and lots of repetitions to get really comfortable and really confident and consistent with our finger motion, especially the throat tone finger motion, without wiggling the wrist around a lot, just keeping the wrist very steady and letting the fingers do all of the work as we go up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that, and then we'll wrap up. So I sort of wiggled around a little bit so you could see my wrist motion in particular and all of that finger motion. If you watching the replay of this, you can rewind it and rewatch this, or come back to the replay if you're watching live now and rewatch that if you want to just see how my fingers actually move when they're going through this. Notice how close to the keys all of the fingers always are, and how steady and relaxed all of the finger motion is. With all the finger motion, always you want to stay as close to in position as you can all the time, and have as little motion as possible all the time, which of course all of you already know because you've been watching all of my technique exercises from the live weekly warm-ups. So that's it for this week. Be sure to go back to the Quick Start Clarinet YouTube channel and check out the resonance fingerings video that I put out last Saturday. And then be sure to subscribe also so you can check out the video coming this Saturday about voicing the throat tones to get these all going really well. And I wasn't totally planning this, but happy Throat Tone Week. And of course, if you have any other clarinet topics that you would like me to sort of do a few videos on and give you some warm-up exercises to help tackle, then leave those in the comments down below. I'm always happy to see what you guys are curious about and interested in, and what I can do to help with your clarinet journey. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week in the next live weekly warm-up.